Okay, here we go. How are you all doing? It's a little bit dark here. That's how it is. Now, okay, first of all, welcome to the live stream. I see 83 people here already in the chat. And let's see. I am going to get into the topics very soon. And Terry, Courtney, Chris, good evening and hello and good day and to everyone. And the blink of the eye, Elliot, Sandra. Elliot says potatoes. Yes. Denmark beer is here. Martina, Curtis Miller. I have glasses, but I usually don't wear my glasses. It's almost as a, it's not, it's hardly any strength in them at all. But yeah, they say I should wear glasses because I get tired in my eyes. They say, but I don't know. So I'll probably take them on and off a little bit like this. I'll take them off now. It's just for reading and looking at the screen and so on. Yes, it will help if you, whenever you feel like it, you can hit the thumbs up. Can you hear me okay? Can you all hear me? And can you see me? Is the image okay? I can't do anything about my face. That's it. It will have to be as it is. Okay. Just a little bit of small talk here before I get into the topics. I'll let people join and play around with my glasses a little bit. If you hear any funny sounds, that's Elvis. He's like 20 centimeters outside of the outside of here. That's Elvis. He has joined us. So 252 people. Yes. Monique King 5, thank you for the donation. And I must say, I really appreciate that comment. I will read it. Your beard is looking particularly majestic today. Much love from Canada. Well, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Morpheus Christos, thank you for the donation. The Americans, I'll read it. I'll read your comment there. The Americans are the living refutation of the Cartesian axiom, I think, therefore I am. Americans do not think, yet they are. Julius Evola said that. Multibronius, thank you for the donation. Hello from Lithuania. It works in such a way here on these live streams that your super chats will pop up. That's how YouTube has designed the whole thing, so that I will certainly see those. I will not be able to respond to all the comments in the chat, but I'll do my best. Like here, I can see a comment here. Inspired with your wits, is it expensive to live in Norway? Says Rodion from the Ukraine. It is expensive to live in Norway, to be honest with you. Bob Head, hello Elvis. Yes, Bob says hello. Yeah, Elvis is. He falls asleep, like in a second. So I think he's sleeping now. Okay, are we ready to get into the topic? for today. Jess Lou, thank you for the donation. Love from Canada. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Logos Research Associates. Are you going for a swim when you hit 500 subscribers still? Yes, of course I am. Also, what foods are the best for storage survival? Potatoes, turnips, beans. I'll get into that. Yes, I have promised that when I reach 500,000 subscribers, I will go for a swim. So if you want to see me suffer, like if you want to see me go for a swim in like February in the fjord here, you better get everyone you know to subscribe to the channel. Manowar 665 neighbor of the beast has been a member to the channel for 4 months. New Orleans. Okay, I will now get into the topic. It's really very simple. People tell me that they can't grow their own food. It's too complicated. You will have to have land, and you need this and you need that, and so on. No, you really don't, because if you have one potato and a bucket and some soil, you can start growing your own food. I mean, I'm not a good farmer. I am inexperienced. I'm a bit of an idiot when it comes to farming, okay? So I've tried different vegetables this year, and I've had a problem with the slugs and insects and so on and so on. But potatoes, I'm really good at potatoes. And we started out 2 or 3 years ago growing potatoes in buckets. It is very simple. You take a potato and you put it in the soil in your bucket, and you have to give it some water, of course. And from that potato, you will get many potatoes, right? That's how you start. So you might think that this is unnecessary for me to say, but I think we need to point this out, because freedom comes through things like growing your own food. The more self-sufficient we can become, the more free we become, right? And I was thinking, when I thought about doing this live stream, is this really a topic that people will be interested in? And then I thought, I really don't care, because it is important. And I get so many comments from people who tell me that they can't grow their own food because they live in a flat and so on. What they are really saying is that they cannot grow enough food to be self-sufficient, sustained with food. That's not the same. I believe that growing your own food is about acquiring a certain mindset. And you really have to try before you understand, because I didn't really understand what it's about. If you take one potato, you put it in the bucket, in the soil, and you get many potatoes from that one potato. What happens is you understand that this is actually very profound. You understand that you do have the power, you do have that freedom, you can take control. You're not dependent on anyone. You can fend for yourself. And there is, I believe, everyone should have that experience and have that understanding. So okay, let me respond to the super chats here. Ivo Balmer from New Mexico. Thank you for the donation there. Thanks a lot. Okay, I hope I didn't miss any. Okay, Dutch. Thank you for the donation. You live in Netherlands, hence the nickname there, inner city, and you have folks. I can't pronounce that, but that means something like people's gardens in the cities, in designated places. Yes, and it gives you a certain understanding of how to take back that control, and it really is a very natural thing to do, to grow food. Greyman Prepping is here. Okay, let me scroll down. Now, I'm not going to tell you that potatoes is a super food, that that's all you need. It's just a very simple vegetable to grow, and that's why I use it as an example. And it's what I'm trying to do here is to encourage people who haven't started growing their own food to start growing their own food, because it, as I just said, it makes you understand the power that lies in growing your own food. And it's not complicated. Well, it can be, but it, as Salagi Bushcraft here says, it's very rewarding. It is. Nietzsche's pupil, thank you for the donation. Wish I could go hiking with you. That would be nice, Absolutely. Annie, thank you for the donation. Always learn something from you. I have perfected my potato growing. 50 pounds this year. Well, I can tell you, I am the one who should learn from you, because we, how much is 50 pounds? Yeah, well, I think we were almost there. Actually, we got so many potatoes that we left an area. We just left them in the soil. So, yeah, it's really easy. So, okay, I'll leave the chat a little bit for a while there. I did a live stream on Patreon earlier today, where I talked about the things that I'm going to get into now, and it's a little bit tricky. You know how it works. It's a bit tricky because of the censorship and all that, but I need to keep you, informed, because we need to keep each other informed. I believe it's a difficult situation that we find ourselves in now. And Anglo-Saxon Elf, thank you for the donation. Yeah, glad to hear self-sufficiency is becoming popular. And Buatak, thank you for the donation. Motivated? Did I motivate you to start weight training? Been at it for a year. Never felt better. That's awesome. Wonderful. Ohio, USA. And Ginalyn De La Cruz from Canada is CAD. That's Canada, isn't it? Thanks a lot. Okay, so in Norway now, something has happened that I believe international mainstream media has not picked up. And it was expected, but it sort of worries me because our hospitals are full. Well, to be more exact, the hospitals themselves still have some capacity, but if you get sick now, you go to an area in the hospital. Well, actually, in at least one of the hospitals, they use a garage garage connected to the hospital because there is not enough room in that area of the hospital where you come. What's it called? The ER unit. So they had to put people in the garage because so many people are coming, so many people are sick, and the curves are pointing straight up now. It's not looking good. Why is it not looking good? Mainly because if something happens to you now, if you get sick now, you are not guaranteed to get proper treatment. Well, you will eventually, but it will take a lot of time. We're talking potentially days. Well, I honestly don't know exactly how long it will take before you come to the doctor and they figure out what's wrong with you and all that. But I've read in the news, today, yesterday, the day before, it's a big crisis now. And what I hate about this is that we now have an extreme growth of a huge number compared to what it normally is of babies with RS virus. It's potentially very serious. These very small children, they can die from that, and that's not obviously not good. But why are we seeing that now? I can't tell you. It's not a mystery. I mean, they have openly stated why. I can't tell you because I'm on this platform here. I wouldn't be able to tell you on other platforms either, actually, because it goes across platforms at this point. But it really looks like we're just going to get back into how it used to be, with lockdowns and all that. So why am I mentioning this? Denmark bear RS is a normal phenomenon. Yes, but not like this, because it's so much now. It's so much. So why am I mentioning this now? Because there is no way. Yes, there is a way out of this, of course, but I can't say that here. But what it looks like is that we won't get out of this anytime soon, and we will see even more shortages. So, hence the potato. The dark winter. We're talking about the dark winter. We will have a dark winter now, and people put a lot of different meanings into that, and that's okay. I am actually more worried about what happens when spring comes. spring and summer of 2022 will be might be very difficult, because all the shortages are accumulating. We might see food shortage, like proper food shortage out of the world as well. And people will not like that, because we don't know what that is. We're not used to that. People will panic. So start growing your own food. I'm not expecting anyone to be self-sufficient with food, with calories, from growing their own food. I don't expect anyone to get into being self-sufficient. In it takes time to get to that point where you're self-sufficient. But I must stress this: start getting at least into that mindset. Okay, R. Kaler, thank you for the donation. And hold on. Okay, I can't read that, but yeah, I didn't know. Kevin Tenney. Reinvent yourself and change my life. A naturalist, grow those buds and eat well. Yes. So when we are talking about food, I believe we should talk about food, and we should sort out our supply of calories. For most people, like 99% or something, I guess, the only realistic option now is to go and buy the food you need. I'm going to say something now that some people will find a little bit extreme. We might be looking at years with shortages. I do not know which items, which items for, which food items and which other items there will be shortages on. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Some people are talking about aluminium, but I won't try to guess, because I really don't know the logistics of these things well enough. But I'm just saying that if there is something that you know that you will need in the next 2 or 3 years, and if you have the financial reserves, go and buy it now. It's only common sense. And I hate to say this, because it's very close to scaremongering, and I don't want to be that person who are scaring people. But it really, when you look at the whole picture, it's a picture of, it doesn't look good, it's a very clear image of a crisis that is coming our way. Dustin Turner, media is lying. Yes, I can't read the rest there, but that's interesting. Christian, from Ice Age Farmer, he's someone who looks into this in detail, and there's on his channel, which I recommend absolutely. There's a lot of useful information there. He knows probably a lot more than I do about these, about the the food shortage and the supply chain and all that. And Daisy Pepper says people need to stop calling reality fear-mongering. There's a difference. Big media and lies. Sorry, is fear-mongering. Warning of truth is reality. Yes, and also there is another aspect to this. Growing food is nice. It's fun. It's rewarding. It's just positive. There is nothing negative about it, except when the slugs eat my vegetables. They ate my beans last year, but it is really rewarding. Seeing plants grow is just very nice. Just in 1981. Thanks for the donation. And that's very nice of you to say. Love from the US. Well, the same back from here in Norway. And Dutch, thanks a lot there. Gas prices here are €2 per liter. How much is that? It's about the same in Norway. Yeah. So that's if anyone can calculate €2 per liter into dollars per gallon, that would be awesome. Kevin Hansen, thanks a lot there, and says something very wise here. Spend more time in nature, spend less time at the doctor's office. Your distant cousin, Las Vegas. Yeah. Now, so you should try to go out and buy food, and there's a lot that could be said about that, and other channels on YouTube they go more into detail on that. But what I would like to say is that there are two factors here that will in a situation of crisis become extremely important. It's the amount of calories and the balance of amino acids. So for instance, if you do not have any source of animal protein, you need to piece together different amino acids from vegetables, from greens. It's not ideal, but you can do it because your body will use those amino acids to build the non-essential amino acids. They are called non-essentials, not because they are not essential, but because you can build them. Your body can build them. So, for instance, if you eat peas and beans and rice together, you will get all the essential amino acids and so on. Grayman prepping, yes, you will find those details on the info page on my channel. Yeah. So that's, if you go there, you will find it. It will go through the admin team, but they will recognize you there. Are you familiar with the Amish? We do say their lifestyle is better than most, and thank you for the donation again. It's better than most of us since they are disconnected from mainstream society. There is a religious component there that I personally do not subscribe to. But living close to nature is, whatever your religion is, obviously healthy and for your mind and for your body. And what I have heard is that they are extraordinarily healthy people. And yes, just spotted her from Spip Spoop buy books about edible plants in your local woods. Yeah, and under there a comment, Wolfo Odin says lentils. I'm not allergic to lentils, but I do not go well with that. So take into account when you buy food, what kind of foods you can digest properly and so on, because we're all a little bit different. So for me, I would not stock up on lentils because I know I have a problem with that. um, and so on. The Woodlander is here. Now, he's the guy you should all listen to if you want to go off-grid, because he doesn't only talk the talk, he walks the walk as well. Is that what I say? And are we seeing any trolls? It's gotten to the point now where I get a little bit disappointed if I don't see any trolls. Do we have any trolls? No trolls. Yes, and also I'm spotting some comments here about about wild edibles. Many wild edibles are food plants. Like on our land here, we have a lot of wild edibles. A lot. And they just grow there, and they have been for decades. So we don't have to do anything about anything to keep those plants there. So next year, I will probably start harvesting those. Now, let me just think for a few seconds if I can remember the English name of. No, I can't. Well, but it's a skvalderkål in Norwegian. I don't know what that is in English, but it was the Vikings ate it. They and we have a lot of that here, and also meadowsweet, a lot of meadowsweet. Okay, yeah, I think you need to soak and cook the lentils. Yes, I know that, but still, let's not get into details on my problems with lentils. Olivia Rackley, I'm going to Finland near the Russian border. I don't have plans to go to Finland anytime soon, but and also I think they will close the border, or they reinstituted some of the rules. I think I'm not sure. I don't really care so much because I know that they will we will get a lot of new old rules and regulations back in a few days. Yeah, dandelion. We have a lot of that as well. Yeah, well, my advice when you want to start gardening, that's big, the potato. as I said, starting this live stream, if you have one potato on a bucket and some soil, you put the soil on in the bucket and the potato in the soil, a little bit of water, and very soon you will have many potatoes. That's how you can start, even if you live in a flat. Yeah, I'm not saying we should only eat vegetables. If you know me, you know I eat red meat every day. So this is not really about diet, this live stream, but it is about freedom. And freedom comes through changing our mindset, becoming more independent, and becoming more positive as well, because that will happen when you realize, as I said, that you can take back this freedom. You can grow your own food. There's something very profound that happens um, when you do that. Meat and eggs is all you need. Well, yeah. Well, some would say we should. Hold on. Some would say we should have a balanced diet. I don't eat many vegetables, actually. I do eat a lot of meat. Denmark bear butter for the taters, yes. Okay, so I think this has more to do with your mindset than anything else, because taking back control takes you out of the victim mindset. Now, I'm not saying that any of you have that mindset. I'm talking in general terms here about people. When I was a little boy, we had a few, hours. One of the school years there, we went and were taught to grow vegetables. Actually, now that was in the 70s. Can you imagine? It's been a long time, but well, maybe 1980. Yeah, I was. It was, yeah, probably 79, 80. So a few years ago, and we were taught how to grow vegetables. That was, I still remember that. And it's something we should bring back, I believe. It changes your mindset. It makes you more positive, and we really need that. I believe that health comes through food and being active and being out in nature. I believe that's the key to a healthy and happy life. I do not believe that. Yeah, almost said it there, but I do not believe that we should be treated as potentially sick. We should be treated and treat each other as potentially healthy. you know. So yeah, Olivia. Thank you for the donation. Have you had any interactions with Odin or other deities? What about land spirits? I'm just desiring to hear your stories. Odin has warned me about this mess years before it started. Well, there certainly is a lot in the old legends and the Eddas, about warning about times like this. It's a very personal question, actually. I do feel a very strong connection with nature on a deep and spiritual level. And that's why I get so upset when I see nature being described as as only resources for us to use. To me, that's a sin to think about nature in such a way. Yeah, let me just scroll down here. Citizen Guardian, thank you for the donation. Thanks a lot. Okay. For me, Odin was not that important when I was younger. But when I became a father and when I became a person with lots of, I have a car, a house, cabins, and I'm responsible for a lot of stuff and for a lot of for a family. Then Odin became more important, and I would say Odin became even more important after people I cared about started dying. It's natural, I'm 49. Friday, Kenny, just as I said that, Kenny says Friday I'll be 49 years old. Welcome to the club then, and congratulations in advance. Yeah, so I think Odin is more important now than before because he's kind of the deity of the afterlife, that the way I see it or feel it. Okay. David says I'm 70, Bjorn. Yeah. Well, Bonnie says potatoes have vitamin C, potassium, all the vitamins and mineral in them. You can add other foods if you like and have them, of course, but good to know if that's all you have. Yes, one other thing about potatoes, they are quite, it's like they will survive anything, That's probably why I've become such a big fan of potatoes. Would you ever consider leading classes on bushcraft and connecting with nature? Yes, absolutely. I'm now first and foremost, there are other people out there who are obviously better bushcrafters than me. For instance, I have not mastered the hand drill, but it's like I feel I have quite a bit of experience in the outdoors, and yeah, that would be fun, so yeah. Okay. Let's see here. I did write, I believe, your questions answered, so I will do my best to answer your questions. Samu says most people will perish if shops won't have any food because people don't have survival skills anymore. That's probably true, Alaska Prepper is here. Awesome channel. That's like a where you go to learn about how to prepare, basically. Alaska Prepper says, I agree, and thank you for the donation. I agree that we will have a rough time ahead. Get prepared and stay prepared. In the end, good will prevail over evil. God bless. I think absolutely yes, but good, and I'm sure you will agree that good depends on us to speak and do. what's the saying? The only thing evil needs to... It's been a long day. Can't remember the saying. I'm sure you will know. The only thing that evil needs is for to prevail, is for good men to do nothing, say nothing. You know. Yeah. So I'm interested in knowing. I have a question for you, actually. What kind of shortages are you seeing in your area? So if you could just write down what you're seeing and where you live, that would be interesting. People are starting to write meat, but where are you? So if you could write, if you don't have to, but I'm just interested. I think many people are interested as well. Like K. Svensson, Southern Delaware, produce canned goods, meats, building supplies, electricity, South Africa. It's moving fast now. Clothing section got smaller. Eastern Wisconsin. I'll slow it down a little bit. Critical thinking. Yeah, that's like universal now. Canning lids. That's interesting. I've heard that from other people as well. Cumberland Plateau, TN. Is that Tennessee, USA? Money and women. Okay. Yeah. Steak and red meat. Yeah. Well, it's just... yeah. It is basically what I've seen other people saying. Meat is lacking. What we are seeing here is not yet a shortage, but they are increasing the prices a lot. Southwest England, shortages in most food items. Fresh foods and veggies, also more meat expensive and less choice. Yeah. Here's one thing I have noticed. And I don't know if it's only me, but I've said this before. I eat red meat every day, quite a lot. I'm on the meat diet. Lately, the steaks haven't been great quality. Is it just me, or is it like it's the last steaks they have there, and I don't know, but it's not good quality anymore. Just telling you, it's not so good quality. Yeah, major shortage of Bjorn's books translated to English. Well, what you can do if you want to help out is to go to my website. You will see the link in the video description. And on the front page there's a link to a petition that one of the subscribers to my main channel here started. It's been out there for a while now, but you can sign that petition to have my novels published in English. It really needs to happen very soon. I'm becoming very, very impatient. Tammy, welcome as a member to the channel, and thank you. Norseman Redbeard, dog food is getting harder to find. Yeah, if you have pets or a pet, don't forget to prep for your pet as well. Today I bought 3 extra big bags of dog food. So we have quite a lot now. And it's like our dogs will never starve. It's it's buy dog food or cat food or fish food or whatever, The Woodlander says a shortage of dog food. So in the UK then as well. Olivia Rackley, Odin had shown me the world tree. It was being destroyed by a fungus, and 90% of its leaves were dead, and beneath it the poisoning snake was at the surface and was a skeleton. Was that like a dream or an image? Because I could say a lot more about that actually. Let's see. My kids are out in the living room there now, so they are. Yeah. Okay. So I will be ending this live stream when we reach a little bit in a few minutes, because it's almost an hour now. I thought you'd be hunting, not buying meat. Yes, I'm soft in a way. I know I should, but it's like, I would if I really had to, But we're not perfect, are we? We're human. The world tree is definitely in danger. Yeah, that's what I feel as well. And it doesn't really help when we have people like those fine. Yeah, there's Feline is here. Hey, Feline. Feline, ska du komma hit? Feline. Oh, go. Come on. No, she's camera shy today. It doesn't help when you have people like the politicians and celebrities, millionaires going to the. First it was the G20, and then they went straight up to Glasgow to attend the COP26. I made a video about that. 400 private jets carrying the hypocrites up there. And I'll tell you what, I never thought I would say this, but at this one, I agree with what's her name, Greta Thunberg, Greta Thunberg, when she criticized them, because obviously, when you take a private jet to sit there and eat your fancy dinner, and I should have said this in the video, but it's like in the medieval ages, when people bought influence by giving away land and properties to the church, right? It's a form. It's the same mechanism there, and they are buying goodwill, and they are doing everything they can for not the right reasons, right? So if I'm to respect someone who says that he or she cares about the environment, they better walk the walk. They better do as don't tell other people how they now have to change their ways if you won't do it yourself. Berserker Gang 2019. Say hello to Elvis for me. I will. Hi, Elvis. He was sleeping. Yeah, it's don't listen to a child who knows nothing about life. Yeah, don't get me wrong here. There are problems with her message, obvious problems. But what I'm trying to say here is that at least she comes across as more honest than people who they don't even, what's the saying, they're pissing on you. Oh, demonetized. And they don't even have the courtesy of calling it rain. uh, so yeah. Yeah, I would like to come to America, but you have people there who are a bit insane. So I really can't. And here's another thing. We need to put our emotions aside here, especially when it comes to actors like Greta Thunberg and people like that. We need to remain stoic about this, okay? Because what happens when you pinpoint your anger at a certain person, you kind of miss the target here. She's not the problem. She's a symptom of the problem, and I'm sure you can see that. So, for instance, when she speaks at their conferences, what they are doing is that they are buying goodwill. They can say, "Well, we let this Greta Thunberg speak. I will listen to her. We will even quote her." Now, I can't understand. Well, I guess I can understand, but I think she should. If she was completely honest, she would not speak there for those people because she's being used. So, but then again, I don't know her. Okay. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have mentioned that because she has said a lot of stupid things. But please try to. You're big boys and girls now. You're adults. We're all adults here. So please try to stay on topic on this. Don't get emotional about that. There will be other people like her. They are not the problem. They are a symptom of the problem. Yes, she is being exploited. That's quite obvious, isn't it? It's not nice what they're doing. But these people are not nice. I mean, they are the most selfish and spoiled people on the planet, and they're sitting there now and yeah, I won't get. Now I will get worked up and emotional. Mm. Um, so yeah. Okay, this is the last thing I will say about her because she really is not that interesting. Whenever you see something with her name in the news or on social media, don't give it a click. Don't. Just ignore it. That's the best way to stop the exploitation of this kid and to stop the stupidity. Okay. Um, yeah. We are now at 1 hour and 666 people watching. So that's quite fitting for an old heathen like myself. you know? Yeah. So now 668 now, and Elvis woke up. Um, Olivia Rackley, did you read my last super chat? Did I miss any super chats here? Hope I didn't. I can. Oh, I missed some. Okay. Jackie, thank you for that awesome donation. I have the super chats up here, so I won't miss them. Chickens and potatoes, all you need. Let's go, Brandon. Shout out to Northwest Arkansas. And Alaska Prepper, yeah, I read that one. Thank you a lot. And let's see if I can. Hold on. I think I. Okay, I think I didn't miss any. Did you read my last super chat? Let me just quickly scroll up here. Um, oh, I'm becoming an old man. Oh, okay. The World Tree, Olivia, is our connection. I'll read this. Connection with the spirit world and the snake is those who are trying to destroy our connection. Those exposed as a skeleton because they are going to be killed and be exposed. Yeah, well, I see a lot of anger, a lot of violent anger, even when certain people are exposed, which I think they will be in the future. I'll be careful what I say here, Yeah. YouTube they have added the climate thing to their list, their list of things that will get you censored and that. So um, it's even people like me. I'm quite moderate, and I believe I've said before, how definitions are very important when it comes to, especially something as emotional as the environment and nature. Well, actually, they don't talk about nature that much, but I do. I'm quite moderate, but even that, it's not okay anymore, apparently. Tsalagi Bushcraft, thanks for the donation. And can I ask you all a favor? Tsalagi Bushcraft is trying to build up his channel. He has a great screen presence. It's not often you see that. So I highly recommend Salagi Bushcraft, and go and check out that channel. Genevieve, thank you for the donation. Says, my husband wanted to know if you're a fan of any Scandinavian black metal. The 666 reminded me. Yeah. Yeah. You know, the 666 and all that. It's back in the 90s when black metal was kind of new and edgy. These musicians, they tried to be, very tough, but in reality they were just skinny little kids. And now they are my age, and it's these are people with families and kids. But so what can I say? It's become the 666 thing. It's become a I don't know what to say, but it's often said with a little bit of a smile. you know but yeah, to answer the question, yeah, I'm a big fan. I have actually, I can show you something here, something that not many people have. A signed poster of Dimmu Borgir, which is one of my favorite bands, maybe the favorite Norwegian band. I have been following them for many, many years. So yeah, Dimmu Borgir is an awesome band. That was a birthday present from my wife, actually. So she had she called them, and they signed, all the guys, they signed a poster and sent me. So that was wonderful. So it's here on the wall in my office. Yeah. And Amon Amat, yeah. And I had the pleasure of filming for the Travel Channel with the singer there, and Johan Hegg. Satyricon, yeah. I don't know them that well. I have been out drinking with them when I was drinking. That sounded a little bit like I was an alcoholic, but out on in bars and so on in Oslo when I was a younger man. Yeah. So yeah, Eldrim, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting, because I think that even Dimmu Borgir, they kind of found their Norse roots. That's what it feels like, and they so we have in Norway, Scandinavia as a whole, well, in other countries as well, embraced our Norse roots, and that has added a much more heartfelt aspect to the music. So because the whole, I can't say the word, I don't know, but the whole 666, I can say that, I guess. It's a bit silly. It's a bit silly. When you're 14 years old, it's a bit cool, but apart from that, it's a bit silly. Most people think it's a bit silly. Yeah, do tell him. Absolutely. And but when we found, as artists, I'm saying this as a novelist myself, and we found, these musicians, they found their Norse roots. It became a lot more real. I think that's the word I'm looking for. It became a lot more real. And yeah, because that's who we are, right? That's who we are. So yeah, I was actually, for a brief while, I was the singer in a death metal band. Can you believe that? Not anything big. No, we didn't get to play any concerts or record. Well, we did record, but we didn't go commercial with anything or anything like that. It's just a hobby, you know. But it was fun, you know. So okay, I will end this live stream here. Let me just see if I did I see all the super chats? Bonnie, thank you for that. Thanks a lot. I tried my best, and yeah, yes, I have met him. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, he's not like you would think he is. Let me just say that. Yeah. Okay. So I will end this live stream here. This was a really nice chat, and I really appreciate that you shared your thoughts and worries and encouragements and ideas and everything in the chat. It means a lot to people because, you know, some people, they are alone maybe, and they feel a little bit depressed. It's hard times and people are worried, and it helps to see that there are like-minded people out there. And I will remind you that I will certainly take a bath in the fjord when I reach 500,000 subscribers. So get families and friends to subscribe, and if you want to see me suffer swimming in among the ice in January or February, you know, in a snowstorm, I will do it. I will do it. Okay. That's all for now. Again, thanks a lot. You all mean a lot to me. You really do. That's not something I just say. You really do. And I think you're all great. So stay strong out there, and we'll talk soon.